Alright folks, here's a little video on my take of the role of the captain. The way you captain the team will be based on your personality, very much so that 6 different people could very well have six different approaches to captaincy. So from that point of view, please watch any other videos there are in this little series about captaincy to give you a nice broad viewpoint on how the job is done. Generally, prior to the game, you'll be responsible for making sure there's a team to start with, a match ball, a scorebook, a pitch to be played on. You might have to liaise with the umpires prior to the game. You might be responsible for collecting match fees, the tea interval, making sure that's organised, and that there's a drinks break at the appropriate time. If you're batting first, you'll probably have the job of making sure that umpires are out there rotating, especially if it's a friendly game, which is a bit of a drag because it'd be nice if people just voluntarily umpired, but they don't tend to do that. They tend to want to sit around basking in the sun. So that's another one of your jobs there. Now for the game itself, that will generally start, if you're at home, with you taking the opposition captain out and showing him the pitch that you're going to be playing on. Then there'll be the toss of the coin. If it's a friendly and we're playing at home, often I'll just say, what would you like to do? But I'll go to the opposition, just give them the choice. Sets a good vibe out right from the start then, sets a good friendly vibe out. Obviously, if it's a competitive game, then the opposition will call, or the visiting team will call at the toss, and then they'll decide if they want to bat or bowl first. Another thing prior to the game, if it's a friendly, you'll probably have discussed with the opposition captain is the length of the game, i.e. the amount of overs to be bowled by each side, and the maximum number of overs that each bowler is allowed to bowl. In a competitive game, those rules will be set in stone, as it were, so there won't be any debate about that unless there's been a delay in the start or there's been time lost, in which case the overs and the amount of the overall overs tend to be reduced, and likewise the amount of overs any particular one bowler is allowed to bowl in their spell. The main role of the captain on the field is to make sure that the game is played in a good spirit. The spirit of cricket has to come out on top, and really you're the custodian of the game and the way it's played, so that is your overall responsibility on the day. You've also got to keep your own teammates happy, and you've also got to be good at man management or woman management. So you might have to gee everybody up every now and again, or have a quiet word with somebody. You might even have to tell somebody off, or at least ask somebody to change their behaviour if they're challenging the umpires unfairly, or if they're bringing a bit of a bad atmosphere into the game. You may have to do that. Once the game starts, your decisions will determine how the game goes. So there's a lot of responsibility involved there. Bringing bowlers on and off. Is the bowler getting tired? Do you need a change because the batsmen are settling down? Bring a different bowler on. If it's the bat, where do certain people field well? Is so-and-so good at catching? If not, where would be the best place to put them in the field? Is so-and-so a wee bit slow? Or is somebody else really quick? So you'll have to know all those things about your players so that you can get the best out of them for your team. And it's about you helping them get the best out of themselves as well. So giving them confidence in the things they're good at and helping them to better themselves at the things maybe they're not quite so good at.